Week Zero's heroes here, ready to recap some of the fun that we had watching college football.
The poet don't know
Return to our TVs, starting with what we saw from Ireland, Kansas State and Iowa State. Sloppy start to the game, some of that being week zero, some of that being the conditions. Beautiful setting, though.
Yeah.
However,
you play golf there, Rick?
Lost fumbles.
You have?
I knew
Beautiful.
He's played golf everywhere. Africa, you name it, Mars.
You talk about a guy who can hit his shots, Rocco Beck. That's a great throw and catch. And here they go. Kansas State goes with their signal caller, Avery Johnson, on a zone read. This is exactly what you'd expect from him.
More offense in the second half after a 7-7 tie at the break, and here's Beck again.
Yeah, he's done really good in this series. Kids just got grit. When they need to make a play, he can make it through the air with his legs. He was money when they needed him.
He's got that moxie. And this young man, he's playing better, will play better this year. Wide open, Brown, the wide receiver there. He's going to be a key to this offense in that wide receiver room. But Avery Johnson, if he take care of the rock, K-State can go a long way.
When they got to the fourth quarter here and both offenses started churning, it was apparent that these are two top 25 teams.
Yeah. Anthony Beck there as well, and the Iowa State defense making a big stop when Kansas State went for it pretty deep in their own territory on a fourth down and did not convert. Iowa State kneeling to end this game inside the Kansas State 5-yard line to get a huge win here.
Iowa State 3 for 3 on fourth down. K-State 1 for 4. But that last fourth down play, Beck passes to Hansen. Speaking of Hansen, and all the rush yards in the second half, this dude comes in, fresh legs, and they could not stop him. The Wildcats couldn't. But that last fourth down play, they just put the defensive end in a bad position. You got a banjo between him and the safety. There's no way he's going to get out in the flat and cover Hansen, fresh legs, and they get the ball down to the goal line and they run the clock out.
It's easy to be a Monday morning quarterback and say when you should go for it on fourth down and when you shouldn't. And I know there's all sorts of analytic sheets out there. But at some point, you have to have some common sense about fourth down. The ball was on the 29-yard line. Their own 29. They're only 3 points down in the game, or 7 points down in the game. This is a time to punt the ball and play defense and then get the ball back.
8 minutes left, Rick.
If you don't get that first down, which they didn't, you're giving them a chance to go up 2 scores, which was the end of the tape.
1 second, sir.
Go ahead. Just go. I'll just check my email.
Yeah, check your email because you need to take a breather anyway. Go eat some.
He's gonna talk about the offensive line here in just a moment.
I was going to help him
Carson Hansen
as well because K-State, they come back with a quick strike. Avery Johnson finds Brown wide open, and now they're down 3. And they cannot get off the field, their defense. That's the point I wanted to make to transition to you and that offensive line of Iowa State.
I appreciate it. The fourth quarter run game was the deal. Carson Hansen, 10 rushes, 59 yards, and was incredible. 4 of those 10 rushes were for first downs. They absolutely ate the clock up in the second half.
Be okay?
He's jumping in like it was an emergency.
Oh, we're giddy. We love some football.
I want to stand up the big fella.
Week zero with my friends.
This is week 0, but it's almost deja vu because Iowa State beat Kansas State exactly like this a year ago. The similarities between these games are eerie. When you talk about the early turnovers, the fact that Kansas State outrushed Iowa State, the fact that Iowa State last year had a 14-play, 60-yard drive that ate up 8 minutes. They dominated the time of possession in the fourth quarter after Kansas State rushing the ball at will early on in the game.
Speaking of 8 minutes.
It flipped.
He eats up everything.
That was Matt Campbell's 100th victory.
Yes,
it was a big one overall.
He's done a phenomenal job there at Iowa State.
He could have departed a long time ago because he resurrected that program and people came a-calling, but
Iowa State has not won a conference championship since 1912.
Jack Trice.
This could be the year.
And this is when it was like the Big Six.
That's right.
These two with Farmageddon, which is going to not be every year anymore once the Big 12 goes to a new revamped schedule.
No.
I know.
Some of those kids say they hate Iowa State more than they hate Kansas.
Man, how about those Kansas State players in that plane ride home, though?
I don't want to be them.
You guys remember those plane rides?
Oh, heck yeah, the long ones after a defeat.
ooh. And then, because you can't sleep.
Nope.
You're tired with the time change. And the flip side is that Iowa State's having a party right now.
And your ass ain't sitting in no first class.
Chips and avocado for everybody.
Mash it up. Mash it up. By the way.
See, I tried to set you up and you sneak. Why you do that? Why you cut me like that?
Don guacamole.
Brute.
That's why he wore green.
Just relax.
I thought it was for the game in
not eat the
Ireland.
pistachio ice cream. It has turned.
But Iowa State is going to have to deal with other teams in order to get that first Big 12 crown, Kansas being one of them, whose highlights we have as well. But who else?
16 teams in the Big 12. All of them are picked to win 5.5 to 8.5 games. Every one of them. So last year it was Arizona State who was picked to finish last, which is why they got rid of the preseason rankings. They win the conference a year ago. This year, it's anybody's guess. Beware of Utah.
Yep.
Beware of Cincinnati. They get Nebraska.
The game I have circled, Baylor, Auburn.
Baylor is an outstanding choice, too.
Next weekend, that's going to be a huge barometer for both of those programs. Jackson Arnold, can he be the answer? I don't even think he's going to be the answer for Auburn. They're saying they're going to play 3 quarterbacks, but for Baylor, Sawyer Robinson, everyone they have coming back, that's going to be a heck of a ball game.
This sort of parity is what we can expect. I think this is what's going to happen, man. When we get to 2030 and the super conference comes, there's going to be a lot more equity now. Yeah, I'm saying it.
You calling it?
I mean, that's where we're headed, right? I mean, there's no secret about where we're going with this deal. I think the Big 12's an early look at that. I think the early week 0, August 23rd, just because of where what's the holiday?
Labor Day.
Labor Day, that thing is coming up. What we want to do with expanding the playoffs, we're going to have to move the whole season forward. This is a feel, especially with the Big 12, I think what the future calls for.
So we got to start earlier? Like. So we go from week 0 to week -0?
It'd be something.
I think they'll rebrand it.
They're going to.
I just did.
That was an excellent equation you just put
We might have conference championship tournaments, depending on where you want to draw the line about where the playoff really begins,
Suffice
right?
to say, the Big 12 is going to be wildly entertaining.
Hell yeah, it's going to be fun.
You know who else is super entertaining from the Big 12 right here and now in the present? Jalen Daniels.
Oh, yeah.
Who he had more touchdowns than incompletions today.
This guy is good. You remember a couple years ago, we didn't know, and we don't always get the inside information, but he didn't play anymore. And everyone was speculating, oh, he's going to transfer. No, he did not. He stayed right there, struggled at times last year, but they ended the season on a nice clip, knocking off 3 ranked teams at the end of 2024. Great start to 2025, beating Fresno.
Lance Leipold has done a great job wherever he's been. He was a national championship coach at Wisconsin Whitewater. He went to Buffalo and put them back into their winning ways before they lost a couple of players to the transfer portal. He gets to come to Kansas. Remember, they had that great win at your alma mater, Texas.
No, I don't remember that.
I wanted you to remember that.
Why you gotta be negative, dog?
But and then took them to 9 wins. Last year, they got off to a terrible start, ended up rallying down the stretch, only got the 5 wins. Now they're back into an unbelievable stadium. They had a booster. David Booth, who just donated $300 million to the program. This is a program on the rise.
Look over here.
And this Jalen Daniels is a prototype college quarterback. He's a dual threat. And Jim Zabrowski, the offensive coordinator, first time calling plays, he had a whale of a night tonight.
You want me to bring up some of your bad losses?
Please. You think I don't have them right here in the catalog?
And let's give Lance Leipold credit. 3rd offensive coordinator in a row where this offense doesn't seem to skip a beat, right? Andy Kotelnicki goes to Penn State, lights them up. Jeff Grimes is now at Wisconsin. He did a great job. Like, it's a well-oiled machine, to your point, Rick. Like, there's some stability now at Kansas where I don't know if you could say that they're just a basketball school.
You sink $300 million into a new facility for your football program, that lets you know football is important around here, just as important as that Allen Fieldhouse. So kudos to them. And those new items on the menu, they've got a double meat burger that's as thick as a steak.
Huh?
I'm going, he's up now.
This was also the week we experienced Aaron's meat-first diet. So,
Hercules. You work out, you what you want. Hercules.
Penn State, Nevada, week 1, the real week 1 on CBS coming up next week.